Wedging table. Wedging table. Wedging table. Camera C. Alrighty. Ooh. Dun, 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 dun. Camera C. Camera C. Ow! Ow. Owie. Alright. Close this up. Alright. I'm gonna wedge some of this up here. This is the mess up from yesterday. So you can see how even though I left it out for a whole entire day, that's how not dry it is whenever the radiators are not on. So we'll see what we want to do with this. Do we add it to what we have? Maybe, right? Let's see. But we gotta be careful because you don't want to have like a bunch of soft clay mixed with some harder stuff, you know what I mean? So we might just throw this in the bag with the other ones and keep pushing forward, right? Okay. I saw you did porcelain a few days ago when I couldn't watch you. You went back to clay? Why? What's the... Yeah, I don't know. I think I had some, like, porcelain. I still think I have one bag. I have, like, one bag hidden away here of porcelain. I just wanted to get rid of all of it because it was just sitting around, and then I had, I don't know. I just didn't want to see it anymore. It just sits in a bag. And so I was like, alright, I gotta use it. And then I was waiting for... I missed a day where I should have been getting another bag of... or a lot of more pounds of clay. But it was the weekend. I forgot the place that I get my clay from is closed on the weekend. So then I was like, alright, well... better to do it now than to not do it at all, right? We're actually gonna add the clay to here. I'm gonna give this a better wedge here. Alright. But yeah, I just don't like throwing with porcelain. Can you dye the white porcelain? Maybe dye green, make a green tree? Yeah, you could do that for sure. I mean, I'm not gonna, I think what I'm gonna do with that last bag though is I gotta make some cups for all my students here. So that's gonna be one of my, I'm probably gonna have half porcelain, half stoneware. One of my students actually gave me some red clay, so maybe I'll use the red clay for something. Very busy music. Yeah, you know, when I was in high school, I used to listen to a lot of this music called chiptune, and I really liked it. So, I'll play it today. I don't really listen to it too much now. I think I strictly listen to like funk music whenever I'm just chilling, you know? But sometimes I think I gotta be in the right headspace with that type of music when I'm streaming, you know? Camera A. Camera A. It sounds like the Pokemon Level Up song. You guys ready? Let's go. Take a breath. Breathe out. Green on. Nope. Green on. Why isn't it working? Green on. Green on. Literally, what the heck's going on? Is my thing just not working? Green on. Hello? What does it think I'm saying? Hello? Ah. Maybe it thinks I'm saying green off. Green on. Guys, what's going on? Green on. Green on. Green on. Come on. Come on, green. Green on. Green on. Hello, green on? I'm telling you, technology, it's lurking. It's trying to find my weakest point, and it just keeps on attacking that. But what it doesn't know is that behind my armor, I have another patch of armor waiting for it. It will never conquer me. But anyway, guys, good morning, chili dogs. What you focus on? Grows. Feed them horses. 3 more pots coming at you guys. The clay is going to be a little bit softer because we, took the failure from yesterday. We kind of spreaded it out amongst the 3 today, so it's a little bit larger amount of clay. Probably about maybe 4 pounds each. So we'll see what we get with this. I'll see you guys over there in a second. Green off. Green off. Man, I thought we were gonna have the same problem. I wonder if it's the music that's like making it bug out. That'd be kind of interesting. I still can't believe. Try another command. Chill. Alright. Get underneath. We got that. Alright. Camera C. Camera B. Camera B. What is going on, man? Camera B. I'm gonna blame the music. Maybe you should have some backup command phrases. I feel like I should just change all of them to be like apple, cranberry, or just silly things. That's okay. Right underneath. Project this upwards. Slowly walk this up. Camera A. Right down to the base. Project that forward. this forward into this other hand here. Slowly walk that to the middle. Have some water on the top. Switch over to camera C. There we go. My hammer fist. People saying hello, hello. Again, my hammer fist coming right down the middle here. Slowly walking that out. There we go. Nice. Be creative with the camera voice commands. Oh, I feel like yeah, no, I get what you mean with the Mr. Llama thing. I think that'd be kind of lit. I only have a couple more, maybe almost 2 weeks until I've made the year. So I think once I get to that, that's when I'm going to make a lot of shifts. I actually want to change the camera angles too, but I think I've talked to you about that before. Right down to the base, slowly opening this up. Okay. I'll curl this around. All right. Hey guys, it's me, Mr. Llama here. We're getting ready for another llama pose. Camera B. Camera B. There we go. Very slowly. Walk this in. Alright. Continue to keep walking this forward. Left hand forward, right hand backwards. There we go. Alrighty. Get some water in the bottom here. Open that up. Grab your knuckle. And you're slowly going to push the knuckle in. And again, we're trying not to actually pull the walls up. We're really just trying to equalize the wall thickness, right? There we go. Alright. We're also a little bit thin on the top already, so I got to keep that in mind. I don't want to go any thinner than what I have done right there. But again, the knuckle right at the bottom base. I'm pushing down. I'm slowly shifting both my fingers in. And I'm slowly walking this up. And then slowly reducing that bump when I get to this top edge where it's thin. There we go. Here we go. One more right at the bottom. I'm a little bit thin here still, right? So I got to be careful for this next pole. This next pole is probably going to be the height pole. So let's see how much height we get out of this one. Take a breath. Breathe. Get some water on your elbow there. On your forearm, I mean. So we're right at the bottom of the base. We're pushing in a little bit. You know, the clay's going to give us a quest. What is this quest the clay gives us? And the quest is this bump. You see this little bump? And this is what we're going to be carrying all the way up to the top of the rim here. I imagine it's like a slug trying to find his next meal. Very slowly walking that up. We're going to get to the part where it's thin, so we're going to loosen up that tension a little bit. Dang, you know what, guys? We can go a little bit more. Are you using your knuckle through the sponge? On the first two poles, yes. On the last height pole, no. Okay, so here we go. Some water. Right at the base. Collar this in. Okay. One more pole. Here we go. Right down to the bottom edge here. Take a breath, guys. Keep on going. We're at some really thin territory at this top. We're gonna be very gentle with how we bring this up. Ooh. Kiss that right in there. Okay. Perhaps a little bit too tall. But we definitely did get a lot of... elbow, get down at the bottom there. Okay. Here we go, guys. So something that we gotta make sure too is every time I put my hand down there, I'm slowly kicking this off center. We're gonna walk this twist up, okay, guys? So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Okay. Alright, we gotta twist this twice. So I'm wiping my hands on my pants. We gotta first twist it down here because you see how it's not totally centered. So we're twisting the middle first. So watch how the middle twists up. Okay, so now we have it centered on that bottom. Now we're gonna take the top, and now we gotta twist this top. Right? We gotta make sure we bring this in a little bit. We're gonna shake this down. Okay. When it tilts over, how we fix that is we bring that over, up, in. Do you see how we did that? Okay. And we gotta frisbee hold this because we want this to come out. Chill. Alright. Sweet. There we go, guys. Alright, so this, a tall tree twisted all the way up. This would be kind of fun. I haven't done one like this before, so usually when I get that tall, I don't twist it up as much. But that's the first time I did 2 manual twists, right? And so this is kind of a fun one to make here. Is it a tree? Yep, it's a tree. What do you do with all the pottery? I just look at it. Just sits there in my apartment here. What do you do? Turn it down. All right, right out of the bottom, we're slowly popping up the skirt of the tree here. When I'm looking at this, for some reason, I don't even know what I want to do with the bottom here. I feel like I should do tendrils because I think if I just do petals, it's going to look too similar to the top. So we'll see how this goes here. Let's do the one pole. Let's get this out. Okay. Grab this. You shouldn't do anything, laugh out loud. Alright. Cut across. Cut across. Cut across. Do 4. And so that way, if we do 4, we'll still give the object some room to breathe. But I do just want to make this a little bit more interesting. So I'm going to take these up, curl these out. There we go. Sweet. So that's one. But this one we're going to do a backwards twirl. So we're twirling that underneath instead of over top. We'll just curl this right up. And then we'll go back to an over the top instead of underneath. And so I'm curling this one back up. Alright. Take some of this clay out of here, and then we're going to go back to an underneath. There we go. And then we'll twist this one out, then in, then out, then in. Alright, so there we go, guys. I think this one kind of looks fun. It reminds me of like the jungle trees from Minecraft for some reason. And also the tendrils are a little bit fatter, so they kind of have this almost like ribbon look to them. But anyway, camera C. There we go. Alright, there we go. That's number 1, guys. Well, here we go to number 2. And let's see what we got here. This one we might go wider on the base and then go more narrow, so keep it in a volcano, but then do the tree based off of the volcano rather than a cylinder. So we'll see how that kind of looks here in a second. Also, this is just freaking having a lot of water kind of spill out from the wheel here, so you just want to make sure we get that all under control. Right underneath. Slowly bring this up. Camera A. Right down. Project that forward. Catch that with that other hand there. Walk this up. Nice. Again, right down to the bottom. Project this forward. And walk this up. Where that wobble is, slowly walk that up to that left hand, and then down. What's the most clay you ever put on your wheel for one thing? Probably, maybe 80 to 100 pounds. I was trying to make this giant pot that I was gonna cut in half and then take videos of my work. You know how people use a backdrop? I didn't want to do a backdrop, I just wanted to do an interior of a pot being the thing of it. But I was trying to make it way too quick, and so I was making it really, really thick, and I think I just should have slowed down a little bit and done it in stages and then used a torch rather than just kind of keep on going, because once I got past like maybe like 3 or 4 feet tall, it started to just totally buckle in on itself. So it's dead, but pretty cool when I was making it though. What's your favorite thing to make? Probably whistles. I really like making whistles. Somebody said do a mini fountain. These could be kind of interesting if they were fountains, that's true. Open this bottom up. Take some water on the interior there. Slowly use your fingers to claw that backwards. So I'll show you guys here. Wheel. 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 There we go. Why does it always take so... Today's weird. I don't know why it's just not working. I wonder if it's something actually wrong with the mic. Maybe it got unplugged a little bit or something. Do I sound okay to you guys or no? Let me know in the chat. Have you ever made a type of animal? I used to make horses, and I made dragons on the wheel before. A few lizards, but mostly horses and dragons. That sounds good. Okay, I wonder why then. Do you know about the water whistles? They look like birds. Yep, I know those ones. those are kind of interesting because how you get that warbling sound is the water, as you're blowing air through it, you're decreasing the sound of the volume that's in the whistle, and then the bubble of air that you're creating gets expunged from the other side, and then it gives you that, because all those bubbles are coming out of that bottom. So that's what's doing that sound, is it's changing the volume of the object really, really fast and in random amounts. But Llama's coming in here, biting this rim and slowly bringing this in to be a volcano. What made me start pottery? I gave up on drawing, and I needed something to do because I had a year and a half before I graduated, and I was like, all right, I gotta figure something out. And so I decided it was pottery. Slowly bringing this base and walking this up, right? Hey bro, what kind of wheel am I using? I'm using a Brent CXC, I think it is. Brent CXC. A little bit of water right on the top. Is that your job then? This? No. I teach pottery classes. That's my job. Slowly bringing this in. Find that bump and just walk that up. And so you can see when you go thicker on this bottom or wider, it makes it a lot easier to do this. I think I've seen you before IRL, actually. Ah, what the heck? Really? Where? Wait, actually don't answer that. Don't answer that question. That's crazy though. Right at the base. So I push out just a little bit. I'm walking this up. If you like watching movies, what do you prefer? Artsy, emotional, or fun? I like documentaries. Those are my favorite types of movies. What kind of clay? This is just a stoneware. Alright, so it's kind of wide. I actually brought it up to too much on the inside there. So hold on one second. I'm gonna try to bring this back out just a tad. Oh, it's so thin. That was a bad idea. Now I'm here, so I'm gonna wet this down. I'm gonna collar this maybe in from this point. Oh, it buckled. I was just too thin. Well, maybe this is where we started then. So how about we gotta be careful right here. So you guys see that? If I had a wooden rib, I could fix that, but I've just been going way too thin on the tops. I'm still going too thin on the top. I need like a little zap thing. Okay, so here we go. Take a breath. And we're gonna slowly walk this up here. Then stop. And then we're gonna do some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go, right past where that thin spot was. And so it's gonna want to buckle really early there, so you guys can kind of see that. But now that it's supported, we should be able. Also, camera B. Camera B. Camera B. I think I actually want to twist this down, so I'm going to hold this. We'll kind of leave it like this then. Right down to the base. And then we'll have the tendrils here, they'll sneak up past that spiral. Do you ever do some without twisting? The middles? Yeah, I used to do a ton without twisting. These used to all just be spirals straight up into the top tree thing, but they looked a little bit, they look basic. I feel like you gotta be careful with swirls because very easily what will happen is you'll like fall into a like the realm of craft pottery so quickly. If that's your thing, then no worries. But that's just not where I want my work to exist, you know? Which number tree am I on? This is, for the day, this is number 2, but I think I'm at 1076, maybe? Do you have anyone that inspired you, or did you just start on your own? Like pottery, I just started on my own, but there's a lot of people who inspired me. I think my biggest inspiration for pottery was a guy named Phil Rogers. He died during like the COVID years, but he talked about, since I came from a drawing background, right? He talked about that throwing is kind of just like drawing in the air. And when he said that, I was like, oh, drawing, yes! And it like really inspired me, so. And that's insane. I meant for the day, but that's so many trees. Yeah, this is number 2 for the day then. They look basic to you because you've progressed from it, but to me, it would be brand new, matter of perspective. Yeah, that's actually kind of interesting thought too. I also was a way thicker back then too because I'd still trim the pots, right? And so then, once you just throw thicker, everything becomes way more uniform. It's when things get thin is when they want to like fight against you a little bit. Alright, so here we go. Tendril number 1, and we got tendril number 2. Also, my water's getting a little bit too full of clay. Yeah, I love lifting. I love the buffers. That's what I call these. And then what we'll do is we'll use these tendrils to sort of sneak up on the object here. Maybe they'll hang out. Maybe we'll have them go down and swirl. Something like that, maybe. We'll do the same thing here. Bring this up. Have it sit right over that buffer, and then kind of just chill out here as if it found a moment to rest. There we go. Squeeze these bottoms. Right down on the bottom. Use your sponge. Here we go. Camera C. Camera C. This one might totally collapse, but we'll see. I think I left too much water. Also, if you look on the top of this tree top here, look at this one, it's splitting right here. So that's a sign that I'm using too much water, but remember at the beginning of the day when I added some soft clay to this? And so I would say that the soft clay is probably doing me a little bit of a disservice because I'm using a ton of water. But yeah. How much do you visualize what you're going to make before you make it? Does it usually flow what you think it looks like? No, I feel like every single one of them ends up being pretty different than the others. You'll get some that are like, how I like to think about it is your body is a machine, and if you do the same thing over again, you're gonna have quote-unquote errors or rare percentages of things, right? Like if 50% of the pots look a certain way, you know, like 30% of them are gonna look another way, and then you're gonna have increasingly lower rarities, and then also as you're getting better and the more you do, you discover things that you like about them, right? And so a lot of it is, you know, visualizing, you know, like the pattern or the repetition or the actions or the moments of the tree is always similar, but the expression in each thing, I try to add as much potential for things to change as possible. And then being open to when they do change, not viewing it as a failure, but viewing it as an opportunity for change to exist has been a real big help. And so it's a little bit of, I visualize the idea of the tree, but the expression of them is always different. You could do a little bonus flower from the discarded clay in the water bowl or something. You want to see how I do those flowers on the tops? So watch this. I'll bring this down a little bit here. So camera B. Alright, so this is called throwing off the hump, but this is how I would make those little mini flowers if I had more time with the trees. I would have done every single one with little flowers, but we're gonna make a little cup. I'm gonna bring this up. Alright, we'll bring this out just a tad and in. Right. I'm going to bring this top out really wide and bring this in pretty narrow. Alright, so here we go. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to emphasize, so. And then you're going to slowly bring this up and in until you got these little flowers, right? And so I'll save a couple of those flowers. We'll open this back up. Pretty thin, so I don't know if I'll be able to fully bring this back into the clay here. Actually, oh sweet, we did it. Okay, so we're smoothing that back into that clay there. And there we go. And so that was a little bit of like a mini flower, and so you'll see what I do with that. We saved it for later. But, you know, there's a lot of little things that you can do when you start thinking the object, this chunk of clay is no longer just, oh, are you freaking kidding me? Guys, hold on. Camera C. Camera C. I'm stuck. This freaking light fixture, you know, those little dangly computer or pottery shelf. What the? Where is it pulling from? Okay. Jesus. This thing here? Do you guys see this thing? This thing is so annoying. Oh my god. It literally just almost yanked my headset off. Alright. That thing is going to get cut one of these days. I'm cutting that off because that's annoying. But I know I was literally tangled. But once you stop viewing the piece as just the singular here, right? Hopefully I didn't screw up the audio too. That would have been annoying, but I know I got hooked for real. But like I was saying, it's when you view this chunk as parts, it really expands what you can make, right? Also, what the heck's wrong with the wheel? Why is it moving so slow? Oh no, we're back now. Okay. Camera A. Then slowly bring this down. Walk that back up to that left hand and bring that in. You can see I have a lot of air bubbles on this bottom here. I'm going to curl this around and really try to bring that back up. Camera C. So we're gonna have some air bubbles, but we're gonna overpower them, okay? So here we go, guys. Open this up. There we go. Thumbs on the inside. Come to water. Open this up slowly. Check for those rabbits. And always imagine your finger in this moment is like a knife. So cut through that clay. Smooth this down a little bit. And slowly bring this out. Get ready. Smooth out that base. I have the base is pretty thick here. I probably have maybe like 1/2 inch. So I want to thin that out quite considerably. Okay, so here we go. You guys ready? Hold on, guys. What the heck's over there? What the? Hey guys, me, Llama here. One last volcano pole. Let's get into it. Here we go. Dip into the water. Into the drink we go. Camera B. Llama's biting on that rim slowly, walking towards yourself. And also the clay is not wanting to be our friend right now. When I did that, when I brought that in, I felt that there were so many bumps, so many thin bits, and it's just going to be obnoxious, right? But we are going to proceed to approach the clay very slowly. Bring our knuckle in here. This bottom corner is the most important, so we're really slow. I have a thin spot there, okay? So I'm keeping that in my mind. I'm slowly walking this up. Okay, so you see the first couple clays. Do you have a safe plan in case the clay is not cooperating right now? Slow. You just go slow. And if it still doesn't work, then you just start again. You know what I mean? Alright, I'm a little bit thin on the top. Again, with the thin on the top. Okay. Again, I'm right at this base. Pushing in a little bit. Very slow. And I walk this up, right? And so you can see how we make that volcano into a steeper volcano to get the cylinder. By slow, do you mean the wheel speed or your hand manipulation? It's kind of both, right? I think like when you go slow, you have the two factors, the wheel speed and how fast your hands are moving up, right? And so it's not like one or the other is gonna make it go slow, right? You get to sort of choose, right? Does that make sense? Like it's not like if I slow the wheel down, then that means I'm throwing slowly, right? For example, I'll show you kind of like a slow pole. I feel like it's best to visualize it, right? So if I'm going slow, and if I say I'm going to slow the wheel down, so I'm going to slow the wheel, and I'm slowing my hand down a little bit, and I'm allowing that each rotation, that's really what slow means, is you're printing each one of those little layer heights a little bit slower than normal, right? Every rotation is one layer. And so when I say slow, I'm just printing those layers slower than what I would normally do, using the two factors of wheel speed and hand manipulation. So there we go. Does that kind of make sense? Yeah, they're both slow. Okay, cool. Dun. All right, I'm gonna pop out this top. All right. We gotta be chill here though. And what will happen is if we go thin enough on this top, hopefully when we bring this in, it'll either collapse here, right? And so maybe we'll bring this out a little bit wider, lower. But where we want it to really collapse is on this top edge going out. And so it wants to cave inwards. And so we'll slowly bump that in. And you'll see from the top, camera C? You'll see that top in there. We don't have any music right now, but I hope that's okay. We'll go right down to the bottom here. Get a lot of this water out. I'll show you why we're doing that, because we're going to do a double collapse here. So here we go. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're right here, and then right here is where we're going to start our second collapse. So we're going to swap over to camera B. And so you'll see I'll have a double collapse here. That top is going to trap some air, and it's going to get all wobbly. But there you go. You have kind of like one that's sitting on top of the other. Almost looks like a beanbag or something. But this is also another different way that you can do that, because as this collapses in, it seals that air on that top rim. And so if there's air trapped in there, it's going to act all funky. So it's like a cauldron. Yeah. I'm slowly going to walk this over and out. Camera C. So right over here, I'm going to cut this off on this edge here. My thumbs right underneath. All right, smooth this out. And we've done some tangents on both of them, so this time we're going to do it a little bit, maybe just pedals on the bottom here. It's sad because we don't have any music, so we kind of just have to make the pedals however, instead of trying to line it up with the music. Right underneath, lift up the skirt of the tree. Here we go. Using my pinky right underneath this edge here. Smooth this out. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring this in. Bring this in. Bring this in. Bring this in. And then we got 5 petals from 10. And then right when you guys thought we were done, so watch this. Camera B. So you thought we were done here, but in reality, we have one little thing to add, right? That's our flower, right? And so we're going to add the flower maybe like right here. And so you'll see on one side, now we have a little flower. And so now, imagine you can make as many of those as you want, or you don't really have to add them at all, right? But anyway, just something that you guys can see, that when you throw, try to have the piece done, or at least my style of throwing is to have it totally finished before I even get it off the wheel here, right? But, all right, camera A. Camera A. So we'll have the flower in the front here so you guys can see that. Right? See, the flower is kind of cool. I gotta put some music on though because it's gonna be kind of weird. Sure. Alright. You guys can't really see it because the camera's out of focus now, but we'll get in focus here in a second. We'll do this tree second. Alright, calm down. Take a breath. Chill out. He's making me nervous. No, he's good. And then this guy, he's on his last limb. He's starting to collapse. You guys will take a look here. Kind of fun. And let's bring this guy over. I'm going to show you guys the spirally though. Oh, I think that's a vibe. Okay, guys. I'm going to bring that top one more into focus here. Or the front one. I think I should be okay. Look at that. Alrighty. Guys, send me some energy. Because earlier I was having a hard time shrinking myself down, but here we go. Green on. Man. Green on. Yes! It worked. Alright, anyway, we'll start off with this one. This one, you know, I was trying to talk more about how the chunk of clay doesn't have to exist as its own entity. It can become parts, throwing off the hump and using other methods. And that's what I did here, is I threw this little flower off the hump on the top, set it aside. After the pot was finished, then I added this little chunk there in addition to it. And so it's like a little something special, something to knock it away from just being done on the wheel, even though it was all done on the wheel, right? Give it some more sculptural elements there. I did a double top, and so I caved one side in, and then right below it I started the pole to twist it up. And so those are kind of fun and interesting. Creates a little air pocket on that rim, and so it kind of traps air and acts a little bit funky. But over here we got probably one of our tallest twisted up trees. So this one's twisted up all the way, has a flat top. I have never done one this tall with the twisted all the way up and the flat top. So that was kind of a really fun one for me. And I think the tendrils on here are a little bit more ribbon-like, they're a little bit more flat. I think it's really cooking for me. I think personally this is the winner of the day for me. And then on one on the top, you can see this one's totally starting to collapse and rip apart. But the idea of it was to open up that wide, use that spiral. The spiral can't handle all that weight, and probably the water is starting to, you know, eat away at that clay as well. So it's starting to tip over and do whatever. But I think it's kind of interesting. Oh, let's see. It might not survive here, guys. Oh, no! Dude, I hope it doesn't. Hold on, we gotta get over there before it falls. Is this gonna get the balance weird? Oh, dude. The balance would have been so totally messed up. Alright. I think that should be okay. What I don't want to have happen is that it totally falls over and knocks everything off. But it's okay if it falls, really. Okay, we're back over here. Sorry about that, guys. I just wanted to make sure disaster didn't happen. But the one on the top, even though it just fell, that's kind of the idea of it, was to go wider on that base. But the spiral, you know, sacrifices some of that structure. And so you can see it kind of tipped over as soon as that water started eating away at that base. But personally, I think I'm going to keep this one. You never know how it's going to look like when it's all said and done. And And I think sometimes when you get a look at that interior, it's good to have those sort of pots. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. All the best, strong mentality. Let's wheel. Move this in. There we go. I like that somebody said, I love how these feel so live, and then all of a sudden it literally was moving by itself. Slow doom. Sending energy. Thank you guys for all the energy. Alright. Tree couldn't handle the review. Yeah, it got shy during the review. Tree corpse. It would be beautiful in the finished forest. No, totally. I love those ones though, for real. Alright guys. Thank you again so much for watching. Computer. Peace out, guys. I'll see you next time. See you tomorrow. And the day after that.